Reason why is because hi, I see you, Frank. What's up, brother? We'll bring you up here in a second. Welcome to another weekly live here at the Landman Weekly Live. Pat,
Okay. Hi. I wasn't able to hear you, so I jumped out.
So I was gonna say, can we need? I would like to get this live in the Facebook school the Facebook group as well.
It's connected. The event is connected to Facebook, so we should be streaming on Facebook too.
Okay, but I want it to be in the Facebook group, like our specific Facebook group. Even though it's streaming to Facebook, we normally have people joining us from YouTube, and so I definitely want people to go be in the group, so there's some activity there. Shadow, Clay, cute. Who's Shadow Trading Club? You're calling me cute? Thanks, man. I've been really working on my skincare routine, right? I just appreciate how much you're helping helping me realize that. So can you Slack me the StreamYard link here so I could drop it in for people to join us? I'm gonna put a little. Welcome guys, welcome. Shadow, I want you backstage, man. You're giving me so many compliments. Can you give me some more? I'm feeling really good. Thank you. Oh, there you go. StreamYard's right there. Okay, we got this here. Copy the text. Frank, we'll bring you up here in a second, man. Weekly live. The landline. Okay, we got the link here. Link. Backstage. Alrighty. Cool, guys. Your land investing. All right, we just got Frank backstage, and we're going to go right into it. Answered. Perfect. What's up, Frank? How we doing, man?
Hey, man, how are you? Can you hear me?
I got you.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. You're a little bit in and out,
Doing well.
but I can hear you. What's going on?
Okay. Don't know why that is, but I was saying
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Frank?
Yeah, I hear you perfect. Yeah,
Beautiful.
I hear you perfect. I don't know why I keep going in and out, but I wanted to share this. I was working on some really what amounted to routine because I mentioned about subdividing last week, and that's what I was doing. And what I had found out by mistake, I would find a area with land portal, find an area that had property, that had something I was looking for. But rather than pull a list, I then would go to the county website and I would get the information about the plan and zoning, and sometimes they had subdivision information. So once I have that information, now I can go and pull a list because now I know what I can do, what I can't do, or even if they would allow me to do anything. I got stumped and I got something under contract this week. Two
Okay.
5-acre properties in Mojave, Arizona.
Okay.
My intention was to sub them and go with that. Well, when I talked to him, I found out that the minimum subbing is 5 acres. I got two 5 acre properties. So in order to split them up, I have to go through zoning, which would take, the guy told me 3 to 6 he changed. I am now going to try to wholesale them and keep the line moving. But that showed me that I needed to go to the county first and find out what I can and cannot do.
That's right, man.
As opposed to pulling, finding a good person. And yeah, it also work based, if the county is on side, they will let you do what it is you want to do. And I need to know this on the front end. So I backed into learning something. I'm going to share that because somebody else making use that to their advantage.
I appreciate you
So
sharing that, man.
that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
I like it. I like it. You know what we do?
I mean,
We have looked. We have looked in some of the top markets. Like the basic is like, okay, so most people want to build a subdividing business. Here's how you do it, right? You focus on the front of the funnel versus the back of the funnel. If you truly want to build a business reliant on development opportunities, you spend 95% of your time filtering the list versus on the back end, right? If you are scattershot marketing and you're going to a bunch of different areas, it is a very different approach than if you curate your properties. There's an amazing concept. It's called Dream 100. I forget who actually invented this concept, but imagine that, Frank, you knew the addresses, you knew the locations, you knew the zoning regulations of 100 parcels. Let's just say 1,000 parcels that fit your criteria, and each one of them, you know that if you got them under contract, you can make $250,000. Let's just say that, right? You knew that there was 1,000 people that you could do this with. You spend a couple weeks finding those 1,000 people. Most people will not do this. By the way, this is what we've done internally, right? We know our top people. We target them. They are our dream list. They are our dream customers, our dream clients, the people that we work with. And if you knew that you had 1,000 people on that list, you would do everything you could, whether it's sending them cookies for Christmas, sending them personally handwritten cards. The Dream 100, exactly, Vanessa. You would do that in order to get in front of them because you knew that you could pay market value or slightly below it to get a deal done. Now, that is what we have done in our business. We have curated a list of our Dream 100. We have our dream counties that have the regulations that we like, and then we have our Dream 100 list. Now, this is a cheat code for success. Most people take the lazy way out. Most people take the Ozempic. Instead of actually building the habits, right, to lose the weight or whatever you're doing, they take the Ozempic, right? They lose the weight that way, right? And the Ozempic in the land space is, I'm just going to send out a bunch of marketing. I'm going to be lazy about it. I'm not going to be precise in my marketing. So I love what you just mentioned there, Frank, about finding the counties that I want to work in and get really good in those counties. Because guess what? Then people start to know Frank in those counties. They start to want to work with you. They start to bring you deals. I think the alpha in 2026, this is what we're betting our business on. This is what we talk about in the Landman community all the time. The alpha is locality, understanding local laws and regulations, and building a marketing machine around that. You start with scattershot when you are a beginner, when you are a hustler. As you graduate into an operator, you start to get some more subdividing based deals under your belt. You start to understand your core markets. Then when you get to an architect stage after the operator stage, that's when you start to really layer on these development deals. It's like, Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee said, I don't fear the man that's punched a 1,000 different punches, right? Made 1,000 different punches. I fear the man that's done one punch 1,000 different times. And that's the type of business that you're trying to say. And that is the Dream 100. So, Frank, I'm going to put you backstage. I see there's another person here. If you got a question, I appreciate you being up here as always, man. Nathan, what's up, brother? I see you're backstage. Anyone else backstage, you can join us live and ask a question. We can go deal review or anything else. But Nathan, I see you're backstage here, man. So I'm here to help you out. I guess he's not backstage. Okay, Nathan. Brian, I see you backstage, dude. What's up, brother?
Oh, what's up? I was putting in the comments. I just got off the phone with the seller, and I need help with comps real quick.
Let's do it.
Let me copy and paste this information.
About to close the deal on the live call, man. Let's go.
I was making all my calls after our call, and then this guy was on my follow up, and he freaking called another land investor and was about to sell this deal to them. So, give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. So crazy.
Alrighty, good deal. Yeah, in the meantime, I love it. We're gonna do a live call. Dude, live call this guy, close him on the live. That would be epic, dude. What's the so another land investor came in, probably not a Deal Engine member, dude. He's not gonna touch it.
They offered my double close.
Oh, they're trying to double close, you said?
No, I offered him basically what you talked about 2 days ago on your YouTube, like a cash
Yep.
offer and a double close offer. So I did that with this guy, and they offered him my double close amount at 18.5. So cash.
Okay,
Though.
I'm
So
gonna give you.
They can close in 30 days.
Here's okay. So when you get into a price war, which I hate price wars, but you know how you win a price war? You scorch the earth.
I mean, I told him I would give him earnest deposit, non-refundable.
Okay. So what I've found is instead of trying to explain away a seller's concerns, we rip down their beliefs. Okay. I love to rip down people's beliefs. So how you do the scorched earth, and I learned this from Steve Trang, who's an absolute G sales guy. Shout out Steve if you're watching this, though you're probably not. Basically, you say, okay, so you got another offer on the table. Oh, how much earnest money did they say that they were going to put down? Oh, they only said they were going to put that much down? Got it. Uh-huh. Interesting. What do you think about that? Oh, did they say they had local connections to the area? Oh, man, we've worked deals in this county. That's too bad that they don't have those local connections. Did they tell you that they had the local title company connection? Oh, they didn't. They didn't say that either. Got it. Oh, I don't know. I would just make sure that your contract. Have you gotten your contract like stamped by an attorney? Do you feel really comfortable with them? Okay, so they've given you proof of funds. Have they given you proof of funds? You go through all that and you just tear them down. It's a blood sport, baby. Take them out.
I'm writing all these down.
Yeah. The most important thing is, have they given you proof of funds? And by the way, you're part of the Deal Engine, dude. So if you need proof of funds, like hit me up.
For sure.
You bring them with all that. You go through the scorched earth tactics, and you will win more deals. So we're south of Clinton here. So you said you offered 18?
18.5 double close. And my comp that I was using just went back on the market though, for a lot less than what it sold for just 6 months ago. So my next call after you was going to be calling the realtor and asking like, what the heck happened? Why is it back on the market for 50% less?
18.5, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. We're at 335. Okay. 336, whatever. So we're like in this general area, huh?
Yeah.
Is this your comp, huh? Yep.
It's sold for 42 and it's back on the market as of yesterday for 26.
That is interesting.
So I was gonna call and ask what happened.
Oh man. Are you sure it's the same comp? It looks like it is, but
I'm not sure. No.
okay.
This is all transpired like 5 minutes before I logged on.
Okay. Go. Oh yeah, it's sold for 42. Huh, that's bizarre, man. And now she's selling it for 28. Huh.
Yeah, I mean the views are insane. 129 for one day, 8 saves. Like I feel like that's pretty good traction.
That's
But
crazy. That's crazy traction. You're right on that one. And it's a nice parcel. It's a really nice. This is bizarre, man. I don't know what's going on. I would definitely call the broker.
yeah,
Here.
I'll call after this.
Okay. It looks like yeah, I mean, it looks like you're closer to the this kind of looks a little bit like your comp, doesn't it? It's a little far off the road, so it's not your comps. Oh wait, I'm not sharing this part. This kind of looks like your comp with this,
Yeah.
Timber Grove Road off. Yeah, man, I think you're probably. Ooh, it's a double close, so I think that's a good idea to do a double close. But I don't know.
You think market's probably going to be where this one's at 26?
I think that is close to where market is.
Okay.
The more I look at it, the more I see it going for. I think market is probably around 4,000 an acre here. 45,000 an acre, maybe. I think market's like 25, maybe 30.
Okay.
So there's not enough margin for you to do the.
Yeah,
Gosh,
cash
yeah.
offer.
Yep. I don't think you got enough margin here, brother.
For sure. I mean, even at double close at 18, I should just walk away.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
Okay, cool. Hey, first
Right.
double close pitch, so trying.
Let's hear why call them live and let's hear it.
I call them live.
Vanessa says you've been Vanessa, I love you. Please come in behind. Please come behind. You've been clayified. Call them live and let's have him. Let's hear it. Who is this guy? Kona Rider. Did you know this dude? He's calling you out right now. I don't know, man. I think you should do it. Okay. You want me to call the broker?
No, I'll call the broker after this. No, I
Okay.
appreciate it. Yeah. Cool.
Cool.
I appreciate you, Clay. All right, I'll let you go.
We'll see you later. Yeah, you guys can join us here live. We got a lot of people lurking. Today. Come on in. The water's warm in here. I got some people. I want it live. Oh, you want it live, dude? I wish I would call that guy, but hey, it's his deal. I'm not gonna do that to him. But Kona, you got someone that you want us to call live and pitch a deal? We can do it. Oh, Vanessa's backstage. I see you backstage, Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi. I'm
Vanessa,
currently sick.
you are such a grinder. If I had your work ethic, oh my gosh.
I
How
gotta
you
learn
doing?
from you, Clay. I need to learn more from you.
You are. I'm sending this to Ben. You are a superstar. You're a superhuman. Like seriously, what's going on? What can I help you with? Or you just jumping behind to learn?
Yeah, here to learn as always.
Our team. I know we were helping you out here today. We gave you we got some feedback here. But there's some good things that we can help out with immediately. So I think that there's a lot of quick wins for you. So yeah. All right, I'll take you back out of the backstage, but you're here grinding. Just, gosh, so impressed. All right, Pat, we got some questions from the group this week. Any questions for us to tackle here?
I have a lot of questions. So the first one says, Clay, you identify that many investors think they have a lead problem when in reality they have an infrastructure problem. How can someone accurately diagnose whether they truly lack lead volume or whether they're mismanaging the leads they already have?
Oh gosh, that is fire. That is fire. Whoever asked that question.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is probably coming from the Landman community, which we can, for you guys that are watching on YouTube, we can drop a link down below. You guys can join in, ask these questions every week. Some people get a little embarrassed to come backstage. I get it. But we always love to have you guys back in here to answer it live. But everything comes back to know your goal, right? So I learned this from Tom Bilyeu, who is incredibly wealthy, sold his company for $1 billion. And so, I like to take his I like to learn from him, right? Someone that's sold a company for $1 billion is a lot to learn. So everything comes back to know your goal, KYG, know your goal, and then how do you get to your goal, right? And so a lot of times what I find is early on in the land flipping business, let me clarify the question. The question is, how do I know if I have a lead flow issue, or how do I know if I have a lead conversion issue, right? Leads usually is the issue, but it comes down to know your goal, right? So what you have to do is you have to reverse engineer where your goal is, wherever that goal is, right? So say you want to make, I was looking with someone, I was on a strategy call earlier today, and we looked, hey, how this person wants to make $500,000 next year, right? We can assume about 50 to 60% margin. So they maybe take home $250K to $320K in net profit. Pretty good deal, right? So after we look at that, then we have to look at industry standards. So whatever marketing channel we are doing, we have to look at direct mail, texting, cold calling, whatever that marketing channel is. We then put together industry standards. How many texts, direct mail pieces, calls are we going to make? How many leads should that get? How many qualified leads should that be? How many offers should that look like? How many deals am I getting under contract? The question within your question is, I'm not getting to my goals fast enough. How do I know what to prioritize? That comes down to the land ladder, which is what we talked about: beginner, hustler, operator, architect, developer. And at every stage, there are certain things that you need to work on. But if we're thinking purely from a revenue perspective and whether you focus on leads or conversions, usually it's leads. Conversions is if your close rate drops below 5%, usually that's a conversion problem. But 90% of the times it really comes down to leads. So people stress over having the right systems, the follow-up systems in general. What I find is it's usually around having enough opportunities, because opportunities beget opportunities. Offers beget offers. It's kind of like, imagine you try to train for a marathon and you are running once a week to try to train for a marathon. It's really hard to get fit and in shape to train for a marathon by running once a week. It's the same thing if you're not offering enough people per week, your close rate will inevitably be lower. For example, if I'm closing now, right, and then I have 3 to 4 weeks back in the saddle, I'll be closing way better in 3 to 4 weeks because I'll have my cadence back, right? So that's how I would answer that question. It's a really good question, but a lot of times it just comes back to knowing your goal, knowing what the industry baseline is, reverse engineering, and then looking at where in my business am I actually facing a constraint, and that just comes down to understanding how this business works. So great question.
Okay, we have another one before anyone else jumps to hear the live. This one is related to team management, and the question says, in your experience, when a VA takes too long to come or pre-qualified leads, how do you determine whether the issue is a bad SOP, unclear criteria, or simply the wrong person in the seat?
Oh my gosh. Can I meet this person that's creating these questions? These are questions that are extraordinary. Okay, so when we think about performance management, okay, performance management to us, I used to be like, how do I give better feedback? How do I manage my team better? How do I set better expectations? How do I know if it's me or them? I always would blame myself. So I subscribe to the philosophy of gapology, which is there's only 3 gaps in performance, right? Is it a knowledge gap? Do they know what to do? Is it an importance gap? Do they know why? Or a knowledge gap is, do they know how to do it? Is it an importance gap? Do they know why to do it? Or is it an action gap? Do they know how to do it? Right? So the question comes around, hey, how do I know if my SOP is actually the right SOP? Right? That's a really good question. You sit down with the person that's doing it. And this is why I'm a huge proponent of hiring based on your calendar constraints, because you will quickly see people want to hire and delegate responsibility for the most important tasks. For example, for selling to a $6 an hour VA that's never done selling ever, $5 an hour VA. That's not the right way to do it. You need to hire based on what you are currently doing and what you want to get off your plate, right? If we think about, as business owners, our role is to allocate the capital of the business in the most efficient way. And by doing that, we will get the highest return on our money, right? It's like finding the better marketing channel, finding the better person, focusing on the higher leverage activities. Every conversation, every activity is a allocation of human capital, time capital, financial capital, etc. So as we're thinking about hiring a VA and not knowing whether this person is the right, it has the right SOPs, or if they're just not performing well, you go through the knowledge, importance, action. But most importantly, on the front end is, did you actually put this SOP together properly? Can anyone do it? Is it that clear? Is there a clear definition of done? Is there a clear step-by-step process? And once you install that, I mean, you could pretty intuitively know whether or not it's a step-by-step process. And the most important thing is, once you give the VA feedback, for example, you're having, this person's having trouble with transaction coordination, which is pretty common. Like it's maybe a more complicated, it's a series of tasks that they must complete. What you do is you understand, you look, is this a knowledge? Is this a importance? Is this an action gap? Then you give them feedback wherever you believe it is the gap, right? To close performance. Then you wait to see how they react, right? Intelligence is rate of learning. And so it doesn't really matter if your SOPs are bad now, because as long as you have a cycle of feedback that is pretty close, that's pretty short, this person can very quickly get up to snuff with understanding the specific SOP that you're creating. And so then you can close the knowledge gap very quickly, which is the question that you were asking. So that's how I like to think about how you close knowledge SOP gaps. And specifically, you are relying a lot of times on what you know, right? Information from yourself. Sometimes you can hire a consultant to help you get that information. You can go on YouTube, whatever, to grasp that information, lives like this. But that is how we close performance gaps in our team. Oh wow, Brian, that's great, dude. That's great, man. So, yep, I was like 4,500, 5K. Dang, brother, that's good. I mean, I think you exit something like that at 25. I don't think it's worth it. I think you come back, Brian, and I don't think it's worth it, man. But thanks for jumping back on. Can you talk about how you do automated mail? Do you make it look handwritten or flashy? Kind of, dude, come backstage and ask your question, brother. We can go deep into this. I can go really deep into this. But if you come backstage, renegotiate down. Brian, for something like that, you want to be at about 12-ish, 10-ish for a flip offer. But good luck, my man. I know you can do it. But Kona, if you're just gonna watch live and I can answer your question here. I can talk about how you do automated mail. Do you make it look handwritten or flashy? Dylan, are you Kona? Can you shake your head? Yes. Yes, cool. All right, tell me about. What's up, bro? All right, this is Mr. Canada here. All right, dude, your audio's kind of off. Maybe refresh. I can't. It's very choppy. I'm gonna put you backstage and maybe you just refresh your page here real quick. So what I just want Shadow Trading to come back up here, man. So Conan will jump back on as Dylan. What's up, Dylan? There he is.
Yo,
What's up, brother?
you hear me better there now?
I got you.
Yeah, awesome. Already, yeah. So I guess, yeah, I'm wondering about some of the mailing stuff. Like, I mean, all the things I've done before, I just call people usually, but wanna figure out mailing. So, yeah, are you doing like making it look handwritten, or do you do kind of like an automated thing with an offer on it? Or if you could just talk me through that.
What is your goal? Are these high dollar value land or not? Is this high dollar value land or not?
It'd be like 50 acres plus, like $1,500 an acre. So I guess under 100 grand or in that ballpark.
What are your margins on these deals?
Pretty good. Like I can sell for probably $2,000 or $2,500 an acre, I would say.
And you buy it for like 1,500 to 1,000.
Exactly. It's sometimes you get a good one, like $700 an acre or something, a little less.
Cool. Yeah. I like to keep things really as let me answer your question. When I think about sending out mail, it depends on the quantity of mail. It depends on the type of property that you're targeting, right? If you want to send out a lot of mail, how many pieces of mail are you trying to send out?
I don't know. I probably have like I haven't done the automated mail, so I'll start with probably 1,000 or so if I had to guess. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know. Do you have like other Canadian automated mail houses?
There's a couple I found online. Like just anyway, I could get into it and understand a little better, but I didn't know right off if I should do like an automated one that makes it look handwritten or not, or do something that's got like a bunch of colors and it looks like a big flashy offer. Like, I guess I just don't know how everyone else does it. Right?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's pretty simple. It's like, hey, we'd be interested in buying your land. What we do in the States is there's like a purchase agreement, which is, hey, we can pay X amount for your land, depending on where you are. When you're in a province, right? Are there like little municipalities or counties that have different price per acres? Is price per acre pretty consistent throughout the?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's different price per acres. Anyway, I've got it all mapped out. So
okay.
Across all the areas. Right?
Yeah, man. I would I would just send out regular automated mail at first. Like the way I think about it is you always send the cheapest form of marketing first to get the low-hanging fruit, right? That's why in the States, people will a lot of times send text messages first because, if you send your cheapest mail first, you might get your money back or more to reinvest in more expensive mail. And if you're farming a specific area, you start with cheaper, and then you can go deeper and deeper into more kind of expensive mail for trophy tracks that you believe are higher quality, right? So
Okay.
that's how I would approach it. I don't know I know what we do and what we do in the deal engine, for the automated mail, but it shouldn't be too complicated.
Okay. And do you do you do anything like put an ID on the piece of mail? So when the person when they call in,
Yes.
Okay.
We put an ID so you can track the mailers. So every mailer that we do, we have a specific ID that we track. So
Okay.
let's say I'm hitting this province in this municipality, right? So I have, depending on how many pieces of mail, depending on how granular you want to get, I go even down to, hey, what's the zip code? ID, right? 123 CBF, right? 123 CBY, 123 CBZ, right? Whatever you want. Z, sorry, Z, as you guys say in Canada. So that's what I would. That's how I would approach it. Just so you can have an Excel spreadsheet that tracks it.
Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking about doing. I just didn't know if that was weird for people calling in or not. And do you have it hooked up into like a CRM system to automatically send the mail? Okay, yeah, that's something I gotta kind of, I guess, hack together for me. Like, I haven't found any really good CRMs, at least for Canada, which is unique for myself. But
yeah, I know a guy up there. That lives in Canada, but he has a US based CRM.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm still trying to figure out how I talk into those automated mail systems, like whether I pay someone on Fiverr to build a little integration or something so I can do it right from Excel. I'm looking at figuring out.
Yeah. How many pieces of mail are you trying to send over the next couple of months?
No, I have probably 10,000 in the next year.
10,000 in the next year. Yeah, dude, I would just get a mail house.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Okay. And
what do you think your response rate's going to be?
I don't know. I mean, I of course want to be optimistic. Like, I've always just done calling people. I'll just look up a property neighboring something I own and just call them and make an offer. Like, but I think honestly relatively high. Like, no one's really doing this, and there's lots of land that goes for quite cheap. Like, so I wouldn't know a percent right off though or anything.
Got it. Yeah, I would go with an automated. How we do everything is we usually rely on an agency first. So how I built my cold calling department, how I built direct mail, texting, outbound, is we always rely on an agency. They give us as much information as possible. We structure our internal processes around it, and then we model what is successful, and then we modify thereafter.
I see. So you rely on like outsiders first, then you kind of
exactly
and bring it in.
Yeah, and I'm super transparent about it. I'm like, look, like I'm bringing on a really, really, really well-known social media guy, like working for one of the top influencers that anyone would know. And he's going to do some consulting for me. And I'm very honest with him. I'm saying, hey, man, like, I want to learn from you. I'm going to pay you good money, but I'm going to ask you how you do this. Because, and most people are like, provided you're transparent, and I'm not trying to be sneaky about it. I just say, this is what I'm trying to do. And I'm going to pay you good money in the meantime. And I'm going to be a great client. I'm not going to be a dick. And people are like, great. Like, I want to work with you. Great.
Yeah, it makes sense. They're happy to do it. Like, okay, awesome. Well, I mean, that helps. Like, anyway, I just didn't know where to start with the whole mailing piece. So that's awesome. That's helpful. I'll just keep her simple to start. Like,
yeah, sounds good, brother.
Awesome.
Kona, where's Kona from?
It's I made the YouTube account when I was like 10 years old. It's a type of bike. So it's called
cool.
Bike. So I used to be right into biking.
Nice, dude. Cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Alrighty.
All right, good to see you, brother. See you around. What's up, Jean-Louis? Jean-Louis, are you backstage, brother? I'm going to assume that means no. Hey, what's up, dude?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm great. I'm great. Did I say it correctly, Jean-Louis?
The S is silent. It's French.
That's right. That's right. What's up, man? Good to see you.
Likewise. No, thank you. I joined a little bit late, but I'm always just interested in, learning and listening and see what's going on. And congrats on that 250K post.
Gotta pay for my Christmas gift somehow, you know?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any specific questions that you'd like to ask, or are you just here to learn and that's no big deal? We can put you backstage, no problem.
I can go backstage. I'm just here learning. I'm not actively doing land. Like I say, all I do is fund deals. So I enjoy staying in touch and making sure that I'm up to speed and knowledge and stuff as I communicate people and tell them where to go when they're looking for
Man.
helpful communities.
Beautiful. Awesome, man. Well, good to have you with us. Thanks for joining backstage. If anything ever changes, you want to jump back on, let us know. So I know this is a broad question. Wholesale with Jude. Bro, you want to come backstage? We can talk about this. What do I think this business caps out as far as revenue? Okay. There is a company, it's called the 4-Star Group. They did $359 million last year buying and selling land. So if you want to take it to the most extreme, there are people and companies that make billions of dollars developing dirt. If we're talking about strictly the land investing business, flipping, Jude, is that what you're looking for? I can answer that question. But I think it's multiple hundreds of millions of dollars. If you're in entitlement, these guys entitle dirt and they just control the dirt and sell it. Yeah, Vanessa, we can live call. Have you heard that? Yeah, so Frank, I can bring you up front. I see you there asking about double closing. We can get into that if you got a question about that. Dude, wholesale, Jude. I think for most people that want to. Okay, just land investing. Got it. Are you talking about development, like subdividing, or just flipping? I think for just regular flipping, I don't know what caps look like. I see this business gets pretty hard at like 3 million. Ask me how I know. 3 million gross profit, it gets starting to be really clunky. You got to have a lot of volume. And so what naturally happens is what I talk about in the land ladder, right? Which is you build the ideal land business, which is between $500,000 to $1.5 million a year with 50% margins, between 3 to 8% people on your team, right? 30 to 90 day cash conversion cycles. And then what you do to layer on is you add a different product, let's just say, right? Like, McDonald's used to sell one product and now they sell a bunch of different products. So how you scale your revenue, your profit in this business is you don't just keep the main thing. What we were talking about with Frank earlier on this call was, hey, look, if you want to actually build this business out to scale, you want to build a Dream 100 business. You're finding your Dream 100, whether that's developing solar, batteries, wholesale deals, industrial deals. You want to do entitlement for single family homes. Scaling this thing past 3 million gets really, really, really complicated in terms of the volume. The juice doesn't be worth the squeeze. So I would say cap at 1.5, layer on development expertise from there. So you can use your existing team to scale past that $1.5 million, but you maintain margin. What happened to me was I went really hard, really fast. I hired a ton of people and I did not maintain margin. So my first year, I didn't maintain margin. Second year, I did really well, maintained a ton of margin. Third year, I scaled really, really hard and brought on a COO, really expensive hire. And I did not scale net profit. I scaled gross profit. No one wants to scale gross profit without scaling net profit. And so that's why I talk about the ideal land business. That's why our Deal Engine community is completely built upon the ideal land business, right? Which is $500,000 to 1.5. Then you layer on 2 to 3 subdivides per year, like the one I talked about in the community that we're making $250,000 on, right? In total profit, you make $250,000. You do that 4 times a year, you got $1 million business. But most importantly, you get high net margins. And so I think our business is one of the easiest business to get to high net margins with pretty limited overhead, right? So you can scale to the 1.5. You have 4 to 8 people, 3 to 8 people, and then you get to 2.5. But instead of taking home $500K, $750,000, you take home 1.8 because you basically have the same level of marketing, or maybe a little bit more. Maybe you take home 1.7 in net income, which is huge. Like there's companies that are doing $50 million that are not taking that home for the CEO. What's up, Sean Luis? Thank you, Sean Luis. I see what you're saying. Good. I'm glad you see what I'm saying, my man. You are picking up what I'm putting down. All right, we got some private chat. Yeah, 359 million. That's right. 359 million. That's right. 4-star group, dude. Big. Alrighty. Pat, I'm going to bring you up here. We don't have, I don't know how many more people we got on the live here. So we're still talking live. We got some people. We had 15 at one point. Now we're down to actually we had like 20 at one point. Now we're down to a solid 14, 15 people. So what else we got?
Okay, I'm gonna drop a new question. This one is related to scaling, and it says, when someone doubles their texting volume, what are the biggest operational issues they must prepare before making that jump so the backend doesn't collapse?
Oh my gosh. I was actually just talking to someone. Pat, you're just bringing flames today. Flames. So the question was, if someone doubles their texting volume, can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, if someone doubles their texting volume, what are the biggest operational issues they must prepare before making that jump?
Yeah, this is a really good question. So the question is, if someone doubles their texting volume, what are the biggest operational shifts that they need to make in order to make that jump and their business doesn't explode? Which is, a lot of people want to double their marketing and they don't understand that 3X is their problems, right? 3X is because it affects intake, it affects acquisitions, and it affects transactions when you double or triple your lead volume all at once, right? So when we are talking strictly about increasing texting, before you increase your texting, you really want to have a good set of qualification criteria for your texter, as well as your intake team. We actually just did a business audit of one of our close private clients that we're pretty lockstep with them. They're kind of on the higher platinum tier working with us. We're actually working with them, their business, right? And so we actually audited their internal business literally today. And we found that there were just things that were just state APNs, things were not being transferred properly over from the texting platform to the CRM. There was a lot of friction between the intake for the lead manager and what the texter was actually passing over. And so we want to have a really clear intake between the texter and the lead manager. That intake looks like all the right information, context, conversational history, which gives the texter and the lead manager a really good feedback loop. Again, you hear me talk about feedback loops all the time because it's really important, because we want to be able to give whoever is in our marketing department, whether it's texting, cold calling, PPC, direct mail, that feedback, which is where a lot of investors fall down. They don't actually give their team feedback at all. And so their team doesn't actually know what they should be doing. How do they improve, right? And so before you scale, you want to have really tight feedback loops between your intake, your acquisitions, and your marketing, so that if you ramp up really quickly, you know, are the leads good or the leads bad on a daily basis. And if I'm ramping up, I would do a 1 to 2 week period of time where I am close with the texting team to say, hey, we're going from 25 to 50 or 50 to 100, which is huge. I'm going to give feedback to my texters because they're going to get overwhelmed. It's like, imagine, you know, you're used to training in a certain way in the gym, and then all of a sudden you go and start working out with someone who's incredibly fit, and their standard of training goes up significantly. Their volume of training, how they approach training, goes up significantly. That then becomes your new normal after a period of pain, and that will happen if you're with your texting department. So you got to go first, clarify the inputs, which is the intake. Make sure that that's a really tight knit. You have a clear SMS qualification process. Your lead managers are dialed in with how they're approaching these conversations. And then after you do that, that's when you double it, your texting, and you'll be able to double and do it well.
Do you want me to drop another question, or are we going
Let's
I don't know if Vanessa is going to jump on the screen.
Vanessa, did Vanessa want to jump? Vanessa, you want to jump on the screen?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up?
So we got a new qualified lead, and I really want to hear your thoughts.
I'm here, baby. Let's do it. Let's do
I
it.
know.
All right, drop it in.
Here.
Alrighty, good deal. I see it. Okay.
This is a side-by-side property. So two
Okay, where are we
parcels.
located? Can you drop the county and state?
County is South Central Connecticut. COG.
I've never purchased a property in. What's the Connecticut property or the county?
The county is South Central.
That's
Connecticut.
literally the county. It's South Central.
Yep.
I don't think that's the
COG.
county name. I'm looking right here. What's the city?
Guilford.
New Haven. New Haven is where I think Yale is in New Haven.
The university.
Oh man, this is Yale University. Yep. What's the seller's name?
Esposito and Trust.
ESP.
ESPOSITO. Let me drop the address. I think
Thank
it's
you.
easier.
I'm having a hard time finding this right now. Oh man, that doesn't help me. What? Can you drop the name of the seller again?
Sure.
Okay, this is super confusing. Should I look in Land Portal? Are you looking in Land Portal right now?
I'm looking at land ID.
All right, can you share your screen?
Sure. Here.
Okay. All right. What the heck is going on with this property? I am so confused. Could you zoom out, please? I'm going to just try to physically find this thing. Keep going. All right. Okay. So is that New Haven is right below it? What's the town right? Okay, North Ford. What the heck? Scroll out a little bit more, please. Okay, okay, that's good. Okay, what the heck? I'm Bridgeport. Can you go just a little bit more? I don't even, here. Let me just put on Donald. Let me just try to figure this out myself right now. Putting these addresses. I know Connecticut, and sometimes these like counties are like super weird. Yeah. Okay. All right. So okay, I got it. I found it. All right,
Perfect.
let me share my screen now. Cool. Okay. Here we go. There we go. All right, we're looking at this deal. So we got two of these. That's a road right there, right? Is
Yep.
this a road? Is this truly built out? Yeah, it looks like it's built
Yeah,
out.
that one. But when I check Google Maps, I think it's that Donald Road is I there's bushes over there,
There's what?
like bushes. It's a unmaintained property.
I don't think you have access here. Did the seller said you have access?
Yes, and then when I check, yeah, it's when I check Google Maps, I think I'm not sure if this is actually like there's a passageway here.
This is the street.
Yeah, it's other way with the Donald Road with the two houses in between, and then in between there's a
Oh my
no, not
gosh.
that one. No, not that one.
No, not that one. Oh yeah. Exactly. It's right here. There's no access to
Yeah,
it.
that one. That one. No, that one. The- yeah.
This is the
Yes,
road.
that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. See, it doesn't. There's no actual physical access to it. You'd have to like cut it out.
hmm
What are you getting for?
Then for two parcels, that's 10,000.
Okay, well we'll check this all out. We'll check this thing out here. I bet you nothing sells in this area. Not a lot.
Yeah, there's a not a lot.
Not a lot of comps. Okay, we'll check it out here. All right, so we got a point. How big are the parcels? Oh, they're like 0.27, 0.25.
Yeah, just a small. I'll check. I'll double check. The other one is 0.14. And the other one, 0.13. Yeah, 0.14, 0.13. 0.14, 0.13.
All right, so it's like 0.27. Got it. Oh my gosh. We can't be serious right now. There is nothing listed.
Okay, you're muted.
I've been muted this whole time.
Yeah.
I've been muted this whole time. Oh my gosh.
No, I thought you
Oh.
intentionally muted yourself.
No, I did not.
But there were not much comms in the area.
Yeah, I don't. This sold for 130. I think you need to number one, I don't know what the value is here. You got to call a broker.
Okay.
This is one of those ones that you need to, because it's just not cut and dry. It's definitely going to be like 25K maybe. You got to get access. So how do you get access? You know, yeah, there. I would just confirm the buildability, but you see these rocks here. You know, you got this is kind of the road that goes back to this parcel. So you're gonna have to get a road back to the parcel here, right here. But you're getting it for 10, so you know you're in Connecticut. And you're getting something for $10,000. I think you should be in a good spot. Anything else you got?
That's it. Calling brokers once again. Thank you, Clay.
Yeah. You're awesome. You're awesome.
You're awesome. Thank you.
If I didn't respect Ben so much, I would have to ask you to join my team. I would poach you. I'd poach you. I'd be like, Vanessa's coming with me, Ben. I'm sorry, but I would never do that. All right. Thanks, Vanessa. I'll put you backstage unless you got something else.
Okay.
All right. Alrighty, guys. Well, Pat, I think that we are good. I think we're good.
Yes.
Any other people behind have any questions for us here? Speak now or forever hold your peace. We got some people live. And I know we went super long yesterday, or last week. But anyone have any additional questions before we sign off here? No.
I don't think so. No.
Beautiful. Guys, thank you. Guys.
You're muted, Faye.
I was saying something really great too. Guys, here in the landline, we put every single week. If you guys are interested, we go live every week. There's a lot of activity there. We're at 400 members now, and people are just in the community asking questions. There's a lot of good back and forth in there, guys. So we are under Landman community in school, and we also have a Facebook community as well if you are interested. And here is to you guys. There is 3 weeks left. There's honestly 3 weeks to Christmas. Christmas Eve is in 3 weeks, literally. And if you are a practicing Christian, you will be taking that day off, and that's the end of the year. There's a chapter in the end of the year. So I would say, one parting thought for you is I believe in every single person to make this business work. I really do. It helped my family get to where we are today in a position of real financial strength. And I think anyone starting wherever you are today, wherever you want to go, the land business can take you to a point of financial freedom. It just takes time, dedication, and the right systems and processes in order to get there. And over the next 3 weeks, as you reflect on what your 2026 looks like, what it will look like, and what your 2025 looked like. If you had success this year, great, repeat it, scale. If you didn't have as much success that you had this year than you wanted, then it's a look back, right? Over the next couple of weeks, reflect, think about what you can do in order to actually take your business to the next level, whether that's investing in the right who's in your life, the right people. I always find that who's have always been my breakthrough, the right people on my team, right? The right coach or mentor, the right live event, the right YouTube video. It always comes from other people more than it comes from myself. So that's what I would leave you guys with this Wednesday. And until next week, we'll see you in the Landman community. And hope you guys lock up a ton of deals and talk to you soon. Have a great night.